Zoë Kravitz remains silent for years. Raised in the shadow of two of the most famous entertainers, she became a symbol of elegance, style, and easy calm. But beneath the meticulously crafted picture was a lifetime of emotional weight, a damaged childhood, two high-profile divorces, and a mother-daughter tie challenged by celebrity distance and terrible choices. Zoë ultimately lets go in an unexpected moment. A regular interview becomes a raw, unforgettable confession decades in the making. She reveals a long-held secret in one emotional breath, and the name on her lips is unexpected: Lisa Bonet. The failed cosmic romance, they were magical from the start. Two youthful creative geniuses who defied Hollywood. Lisa Bonet, a Cosby Show classic, enchanted everyone with her grounded yet mysterious demeanor. She immediately attracted burgeoning rock, funk, and soul star Lenny Kravitz. They married in 1987 after falling in love quickly and loving art, revolt, and independence. Their daughter, Zoë Isabella Kravitz, arrived a year later. They appeared to be the perfect couple, cool, bold, and in love. Cracks appeared early in their passionate courtship. They were young and still discovering themselves in the public glare, so neither realized the weight of their commitment. Due to the emotional pressures of fame and creativity, Lenny began to withdraw and seek stimulation outside the house. Lisa desired silence. She desired presence, intimacy, and calm to raise their daughter lovingly and balanced. Lenny loved Lisa and Zoë, but his profession kept pulling him away. He traveled, recording, performing, and pursuing the dream, leaving emotional gaps that became difficult to ignore. Eventually, infidelity occurred. In interviews, Lenny has acknowledged to cheating, citing his immaturity and emotional unreadiness for the relationship. He made one of his most agonizing confessions, ending their story quietly and dignifiedly. In 1991, they split. In 1993, the divorce was final. No public scandals, no court fights, just two individuals, ever-changing surroundings. It meant a childhood of contrasts, perplexity, and decisions that defined her. She was old enough to know that her father had broken his wedding promise to her mother and always supported her in co-parenting concerns. She was too young to understand the full impact of a terrible separation for all three parties. This grief sparked Zoë's honest emotional journey. She went out about her mother years later, bringing back anguish from this early fracture in unexpected ways. Lisa Bonet's tremendous love and spiritual discipline impacted her childhood, which felt sacred to some but suffocating to a young girl trying to discover her own way. Living with Lisa, Zoë was raised by Lisa Bonet in Topanga Canyon, a bohemian neighborhood. After her divorce, their hilltop property near Los Angeles was a haven. Instead of cameras and Hollywood noise, Lisa created a world of incense, meditation, poetry, acoustic music, and spiritual rituals. She wanted to shield her kid from fame and everything that could tarnish her emotions or creativity. Lisa was careful and deliberate in her parenting. While homeschooling Zoë, she surrounded her with books and art and encouraged deep, gradual emotional processing. She defined boundaries: no sleepovers if Lenny had visitors, no late-night parties, and no red carpets until required. She shielded Zoë from the spotlight because children needed privacy and protection. But those walls didn't, who had shared something precious and had to move on while raising their child. For Zoë, the split meant a divided life. It meant growing up in two worlds: her mother's passionate desire to shelter her from celebrity mayhem, and her father's global fame and feel. Protective to a growing child seeking independence, feeling suffocated. Like any free-spirited girl, Zoë wanted freedom. She favored public schools. She wanted pals. She wanted to do what other kids her age did, without feeling special. Lisa's peaceful rituals, meditation, spiritual cleansing, time, and nature often felt like hurdles. Zoë occasionally insulted or fought Lisa's sacred things. Her father's fantasy life of parties, glamour, red carpets, and months-long foreign tours made her feel even more confined. A nasty notion entered her head: did she choose her mother's side in the separation wrong? Did her father feel suffocated? The mother-daughter conflict grew quietly over time. Zoë struggled to express herself due to Lisa's intense affection. Both women were strong and fought fiercely. Lisa wept following a heated conversation. "You don't get me. I adore you," she cried. Stressed and outraged, Zoë screamed words that would haunt her: "I want to live with Dad." She left at age 11. Their relationship broke at that point. Lisa watched her daughter leave, her eyes hot and heartbroken. Safety was shaped by those early years of incense, limits, and deep affection that might feel confining. She believed she had escaped something weighty. For a long time, she would later realize she had left something rare. Her father had the freedom she craved, but she didn't realize the price. The Lenny void. Moving in with her father at 11 was a dream come true for Zoë. Lenny Kravitz, charming, talented, and incredibly cool, introduced her to a world of possibility. She lost her mother's Topanga sanctuaries, borders, and customs. They worked. She smiled, but it barely concealed the agony. Zoë wouldn't understand the expression until life offered her a new perspective on her mother years later. Zoe's views on love, discipline, and emotional energy replaced by beautiful, exhilarating, infinite freedom. They lived in Miami and New York City, where life was electric. Zoë was free to experiment, reinvent, and be curious. Most importantly, she was with her long-awaited parent. But that dream was shadowy. The popularity of records like Five and Lenny propelled Lenny to tour stadiums worldwide and spend long periods in studios and on stages: Paris, Tokyo, London, Rio. He wasn't at home. Zoë regularly traveled with him, seeing a world few females glimpse: flashing lights, backstage glitz, hotel rooms in remote cities. However, when the music stopped, the crowds left, and the doors locked, she was often alone. Independence was initially liberating. She was free to stay out late, dress as she wished, and listen. There was no meditation pressure or incense in every room. Eventually, the exhilaration became hollow. She secretly craved the emotional counsel she once rejected. Lenny loved her, but his world raced rapidly, leaving Zoë to navigate her own growing pains without her mother's soft structure. In her teens, her lack of organization became apparent. She explored the party scene, style, and identity, and began to doubt her identity and needs. There was rebellion, brilliance, and painful loneliness. She later stated in interviews that she had freedom but no guidance, and had to learn how to protect herself because no one else was. She realized the full cost of what she left behind. As she aged, the protective walls of her mother's home, the rituals, prayers, and calm reassurances, no longer bothered her. She missed them silently. However, she never spoke to Lenny, Lisa, or herself. After years of solitude, her agony eventually surfaced in an emotional reckoning the world didn't expect. That reckoning began when Lisa met a man who offered love, protection, and the promise of a reunified family. An everlasting new chapter. Lisa Bonet had spent almost a decade recovering in peaceful settings, away from Hollywood. By 2005, she met Jason Momoa at a Los Angeles jazz bar. That year, the meeting wasn't random. It fulfilled a boyhood dream. Jason saw Lisa on The Cosby Show when he was 8 and told his mother he would marry her. His promise seems to have been fulfilled by the cosmos. Their bond was instant. They shared spirituality, art, nature, reverence, and intentional living. Rugged and caring, Jason gently touched Lisa's heart. Most importantly, he loved her family as well. Lisa introduced Jason to 16-year-old Zoë after they started dating. They bonded instantly. Jason didn't try to replace Lenny, he just became Zoe's constant. For good reason, their blended family captivated the public. Jason constantly praised Zoe's work, attending her early premieres and celebrating her modeling contracts. He called her "my Zozo." Her 2018 Instagram post of them laughing backstage immortalized her affectionate nickname for him, Papa Bear. A proud, united family, they surfed in Hawaii, celebrated quiet birthdays, and walked red carpets. Zoë immediately became big sister to Lola and Nakoa Wolf, Jason and Lisa's new children. She loved them, uploading family photos and calling them her puppies. Things were good for a while. After years of pain and seclusion, Lisa looked radiant and secure. Zoë, still finding her path, found comfort in her mother's affection. Lisa and Jason married in a small ceremony with family and friends in 2017. It took months for the news to break, showing how sacred and protected their partnership was. It seemed like eternal love. Under the surface, subtle changes were already occurring. They were drifting apart due to Lisa's need for serenity and spiritual grounding, and Jason's restless extroversion. Cracks widened gradually. For Zoe, they were invisible. Just seeing her mother happy again was all she saw. That was plenty after what they had endured. However, Forever arrived faster than planned. The ending shocked Zoe more than she expected. Lisa and Jason's shocking divorce in January 2022. Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa shocked the world with their split.